Hi, welcome back. We have with us on set Jaime Correa from the famous Confetti Belize. And surely you're coming in this morning to tell us and give us tips as to what to do with floral arrangements for Valentine's Day.
Obviously, yes. I came to sell. Good morning. I came to sell the product. One of the most important things about Valentine's Day is obviously flowers.
Yeah.
Other than chocolates.
And love.
We can always do a we can always do a combination of both.
Yeah.
What we try to do now with the flowers is, like, other than bringing just the regular roses and the carnations and everything, we try incorporating like different types of flowers that is going to give us the look that we see on Pinterest, that we see on Instagram from all these famous designers and everything.
Yeah.
One of the things that I can pride myself on is that I do get training from most prestigious florists in the world, actually. Preston Bailey, to be an example. He's the planner that did Serena Williams' wedding. So I gather a lot of knowledge from them.
Yeah.
So I try incorporating what we have available here in Belize and what I can import. We import our flowers directly from Mexico City. And I think that is what gives it a little bit of a longer longevity, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Because obviously they come in. We fly them in.
Yeah.
We don't bring in the truck.
So they're gonna last
They're
longer.
gonna last a little bit longer.
So Valentine, can I ask a question? Which one is the bigger flower day, Valentine's Day or Mother's Day?
Depends how you see it. The people that want to impress, it's going to be on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then mothers, you only have one.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they take mothers for granted. So there's the one guy that needs to impress two girls, so he's going to buy two arrangements. So I would definitely say that the bigger event is on Valentine's Day.
Now, if people are really traditional, on Valentine's Day, people just think of red roses.
Yeah.
How much have you seen it change over the years in what people are ordering for their loved ones?
It's still red.
It's still mostly red roses?
It's still red and white.
Yeah.
Like I said, we still try, now what we're trying to incorporate is like different types of flowers that we have available, at least for it to be available.
Okay.
But the predominant color is still red roses.
Yeah. So, I mean, that must be a challenge to come up with something new every time, because red roses in a bunch will look like what we see in the vase in the back. But I know you definitely want to give a customer or a client something far more impressive than just that, even though that big bunch is pretty nice.
Yeah, like I said, back to my training.
Yeah.
We try doing different things. Obviously, it comes with the budget.
Yeah.
So depending on what the client wants to spend is what
you'll get.
The arrangement's going to come. And other than that, it's not only that. I mean, like, we try incorporating like a very elaborate vase. So like we have like different tiers of vases. So it's going to be like the standard vase, and you're going to get the deluxe vase. So the deluxe vase is going to be like a higher end vase. And
so something like this. This is an actual arrangement that you would deliver on Valentine's Day. This one right in front of us.
Yeah. So one of the things that from Blooms by Confetti, well, actually the Confetti brand, we've gone green. And that means that we have eliminated floral foam. We have eliminated plastic. We have eliminated tapes. So everything that is hazardous, for lack of a better word, has been eliminated. We've been trying to incorporate a lot of the organic structure of the flowers. So maybe our flowers might look different now because they're not going to be the perfect round shape. But actually, that is what is trending right now. That you're going to get like an organic structure where it's all over the place.
Yeah. But how do you, I mean, everybody knows flower foam. How do you get them to stay together or like stay in place?
Actually, that's one of the highlights of the vases that we choose now, because the neck of the vase, or where we are going to put the stems in there, has to be like of certain dimensions, and there is where we're going to start positioning the flowers.
Okay.
So that is one of the differences that we're doing.
Yeah.
What are some of the rules in terms of giving a floral arrangement for
There are no
Valentine's
rules.
Day? None?
There's none.
I think what Kevin is asking is each flower typically has a meaning or a significance, right? So I don't know, some are more for funerals, some are more for love, some are more for I like you. So
love.
tell us what the difference is.
Valentine's Day would definitely be love.
Yeah.
Red, of course. If you're going to look at birds of paradise, they mean joy.
What are birds of paradise?
I don't have it here, but
that's a tropical flower, right?
It's a tropical flower, but unfortunately, we don't actually grow it here in Belize.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So we still have to import it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the sunflowers obviously means sunshine, happiness, and all that. So
it's just bright, yeah.
it's very bright. So it really depends on what you want to do and what you want to give.
Yeah.
Obviously, for funerals, you use the standard colors if you're going to look at it that way, in terms of purple, you know, the yellows and all that.
Yeah.
So you're not going to give that for a Valentine's Day gift.
Unless your wife says she loves yellow roses, then I guess you would, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
it depends, and I like what you said. It just depends on your individual taste. Maybe I don't like roses. Maybe I just want unique flowers. What type of unique flowers do you have as an alternative to red roses?
Actually, we have a bunch.
Yeah.
I love these.
What are those?
These are
They look like carnations, but they're not carnations.
they're a version of a chrysanthemum, but it's not the regular chrysanthemum. And if you can smell it,
Aromatherapy, you know?
Ooh.
it has a very fragrant,
Yeah.
but it's not like a regular, like you see, like the regular, the ones that you see on wreaths.
Okay.
So it's a chrysanthemum, but it's not a regular chrysanthemum. Obviously, we have the carnations. This is one of actually my favorite.
I was watching that. What is that? What is it? Thank you.
Wow.
Look. It almost looks like a lollipop. But it's not.
That's one of my favorites. Obviously, we have the red carnations, we have the purple ones, we have white roses, we have any color.
And
that
you use those as accents?
Huh?
You use those as accents?
Yes, those are more like accents. But like I said earlier, we're trying to move away from the floral foam and all of that. So basically, the structure of the arrangements that we're doing are very organic. Organic means that it's very like this.
Yeah.
It's very open. It's not a triangle.
Yeah, and
floral arrangement that you're accustomed to see.
We're used to seeing like the ferns in the background and then the flowers in the front. If you want to go really traditional. But if anybody has followed your work, you don't do traditional arrangements. It's always...
I moved away from it.
It's very creative in what you're able to do. Now, I know that you mentioned a lot Pinterest, so I'm sure people come with like their Pinterest photo and say, I want this. How much are you able to deliver on that when they bring their dream arrangement to you?
Actually, we have the availability of all the flowers that is available and seen on Pinterest.
Okay.
So that is not a problem.
Yeah.
We do a lot of, like I said, we do a lot of roses.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is the highlight of the season. Yeah. But we also try doing all the other type of flowers. Like,
is that a carnation to the back there, that deep red?
That's a deep red, yeah. That's a carnation.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Like
That's
normally you'd see like almost like a
it's like a blood red
orange kind of carnation. This is a very deep red carnation, and obviously we still need to incorporate foliage. So we have the ruscus, we have like, that's another chrysanthemum. That's like a little like a purplish. We have that carnation. So basically it's, right now it's just, what we're trying to do is trying to incorporate the flowers that you see on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And that is what we're trying to import and have it available.
What about those? Oh, I have a good pointer here. What about those right there in the middle?
I like the curves of the stems too.
I love
this
the
one.
green with
This
the
one is
pinch
called
of
a
purple.
green trick.
Green trick.
Green trick.
Green trick.
And the trick is it has
sometimes
a
it's
little
called
purple.
a green ball or a green trick. So it's a foliage again. So it's very like filling. So like you would see like in the floral arrangement, it would actually like. If you see like conventionally, like most of the floral arrangements that you would see around with like a lot of like cypress, like the Christmas tree.
Okay, yes.
We don't incorporate that in most of our arrangements. We have eliminated that to incorporate other types of foliage and stuff.
Doesn't that give the arrangement some body though? I mean, like, you know, some robustness. That's what foliage does, right?
It does, but what we try doing is like giving more flowers and leaves.
And it's, I'm trying to get this one out because I don't know if it can show, but there's like, you see when you think about floral arrangements, you think of green and color, but then you mix in other things that I think are really non-traditional that's pretty cool. So this one is brown. It's, I don't know what it is, this ball here that looks like a dried out flower. This one right here that's hanging.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually,
That's cool.
I don't remember the name,
Yeah,
to be
but
honest.
it's just a cool shapes.
There are so many names,
Yeah.
it's so hard to keep up with them.
Yeah.
But what is important is the availability.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we're focusing on.
Okay.
The availability that we can have all the flowers.
How much can you mix in? I'm a smell guy.
Smell guy.
Yes. So how much can you mix in addition to the visuals, some, you know, aroma into it?
Well, we do have the eucalyptus. The eucalyptus is very, very, very fragrant.
Yeah.
So eucalyptus is one that is definitely a highlight because there are like 5 different types. So depending on the type of arrangement that you want, you could get long leaves, round leaves, bigger leaves, whatever type, but that would be the most predominant one.
I have
And even rosemary, like
Yes.
we would use rosemary like for food.
Yes.
We would incorporate rosemary in actually the floral arrangements as well.
Now,
That would smell
you
great.
told me there are no rules, so you can whistle if I'm on the right track.
Yes.
Let's say I want to be overly impressive. I just met someone and I really want to impress them. And
Does it have to be that you just met them?
He has an agenda.
I know.
And are there any rules as to how early I can start to send arrangements? Can I start like a week earlier and have one arrangement per day up until Valentine's Day?
You can send any day. You can send any day and every day. You know what? Blooms Like Confetti is going to get the business, so you know what? You can send it every day. There's no rules regarding to that. Actually, we got some orders that they don't want it to be delivered on Valentine's Day. They want it delivered the day after.
Wow.
And I asked the question, why? And they go, because they were expecting it on Valentine's Day. So then I want to actually disappoint them that they're not going to get it on Valentine's Day, but they're going to get it the day after. So
I'd like an
I
after
don't
report.
think that person realizes that plan is going to backfire.
not really, because that floral arrangement includes bears.
Oh.
So there are a whole bunch of guineas in there and all that. So it's,
How about,
like I said, there's no rules.
But
How about
I was
Jaime?
going to say though, you know what the joke is about February 15th, sorry?
No.
You guys don't know the joke about
What's the joke?
Share it.
It's the day for the non-spouse.
Oh.
I would know that as another term. The side one?
Yes, that's exactly what it's called.
But how about giving 12 roses every hour exactly on the hour on Valentine's Day. Have you ever had that request before?
I haven't had that request before, but I have had a request for 1,000 roses.
Wow.
And that was a larger than life arrangement because it was like this.
This is to one person?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I think that has been our biggest
Most
flower,
over the top, yeah.
more over the top order. 1,000 roses.
What's the sweetest request you've ever had somebody make for flowers? Like one that you just had to go,
The sweetest request didn't come from Valentine's Day. It came from a girl that tried to get back to her boyfriend. And we were back and forth.
Yeah.
So basically she okay, on Monday she wants this arrangement. On Tuesday she changed it. She wants another arrangement. On Wednesday it's another arrangement. So every day the arrangement changed. And then the joke is at the end of the week she goes he broke up with me completely. So I'm not sending any flowers. Every day I was trying to change the arrangement, but at the end of the day there was no arrangement. I was like, okay. It happens.
So that started off sweet, but that ended sour.
You asked me what was one of the most.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we never made the arrangement.
Oh.
Because they broke up.
Yeah.
Are most delivery orders for the morning? Is that the rush for it, and then or is it lunchtime? And I'm also curious as to are more deliveries to workplaces? Because a lot of these arrangements are they are for your partner.
But more for the rest.
But they're more to let her be in a place or him be at a place where it's God, you got that? I'm gonna put my one day.
Actually, the whole thing about it is that I think I posted something on Instagram last week, whereby everybody wants their partner to know that, okay, I got the bigger arrangement from all my friends. So it's basically Valentine's Day when it comes to flowers is who gets the bigger arrangement, who gets the most luxurious arrangement, who gets the better arrangement. Nice. So
I do agree though, because
there is a competition.
Yeah, when Valentine's Day is a Saturday or Sunday, the arrangements still go out on a work day. Have you ever noticed that?
They have to. They have to. But it becomes a competition.
Yeah.
That who gets, like I said, the bigger, better arrangement.
Yeah, takes me back to high school days. The competition of how many roses you go home with at the end of the day, from the SJC kids.
I know.
Yeah, right? You remember that, right? Yeah.
So, based on that now, I have news for you now. We are finally going to be in our new location.
Oh.
Our new location is going to be at the Blake Building on corner Hudson and Erie Street. So I'm going to be right in front of St. Catherine's. So I'm hoping all the St. John's guys
poor girls.
Come and attack me.
Are you going to be on the ground floor?
Yes, okay. Ground floor. It's going to be the corner.
Okay.
So, and we will have parking there. So nice. That's going to be our new home. That's going to be the home for Confetti, Brides by Confetti, and Blooms by Confetti. Wow. And one of the other additives that we added to the group of companies is Confetti Green Belize.
What is that? Confetti
Green Belize is going back to the whole concept of going green. So basically, we're going to be the distributors for all eco-friendly products. So everything that we are going to be supplying is going to be biodegradable. Most of them are from sugarcane and from clamshells. We're completely eliminating plastic from everything that we do. And that goes from the flower arrangements to what we do as a company from Confetti, everything. So it's going to be it's a completely different line.
Oh, wow.
So that's a highlight of 2019.
Yeah.
Now, just to go back a little, that's awesome. I'm trying to make sure that this goes right. You know.
He still have a question.
But one of the accessories for a beautiful bouquet, after Confetti has put together this gorgeous, breathtaking bouquet, there has to be a card.
Of course. We have cards, and our cards now are actually from recycled paper.
Nice.
So that incorporates, again, everything that we're tying in together. So it's actually a fold-up card that's from recycled paper, and we no longer use the plastic, the holders.
Yes.
We don't use the plastic holders anymore. We actually use a stem of a rose.
Nice.
So the stem of the rose is actually what's going to hold the flower.
There
so
you go.
there you go.
And it appears as you ask for it. Ta-da! Magic.
Ta-da! So everything in terms of the paper is going to be
Yeah.
recycled paper, craft paper, and all of that. One of the highlights of the things, again, trending. We have to keep up with the trends. Is I don't know if you've seen the Korean wraps.
No, I don't know what that is.
What is that?
The Korean wraps is like handheld bouquets. So basically, it's like it has recycled paper again, but
Okay.
it's a lot of paper around the flowers. So that's one of the things that we're going to be highlighting.
Nice.
It's actually going to be a lot much more cost effective.
Because you don't have to pay for the
you don't have
vase.
to pay for the vase.
Yeah.
And then you get the arrangement.
And you get that
have a
TV
recycled
moment where
vase.
you're hugging your
Exactly.
flowers.
It's going to be a much better picture when you
Yeah.
can actually hold the arrangement rather than, okay, let me put it on the table.
So, what is trending right now internationally when it comes to flowers, especially as Valentine's Day gets closer?
Organic arrangements.
Okay, so that means it's not like a particular shape.
No triangle shape. That's gone. That's from the 1980s. So we're no longer doing triangle arrangements. We're actually moving away even from the circular arrangements.
Okay.
So everything is more organic. Everything is more
Asymmetrical. Yeah.
yes.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
You know,
What about colors, though? I just want to ask. What about colors? Because I remember last year you did a lot of pastels. Like you had these beautiful pastel roses, and what about new colors that are coming in for 2019?
Well, the color of the year is actually living coral,
living
and
coral.
I love coral.
That's like close to for those of
It's
us
like
who
a
are
peachish color,
pinkish.
a brighter peach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it actually fits in with the reef.
Yeah.
Because that's why they picked it, because it's living coral. So that's actually going to be the color of the year. And that's going to be affecting flowers. That's going to be like weddings. That's going to be everything. It's going to be living coral.
And
It's almost very similar to that.
this one.
Yes, to that carnation. But it's almost a mix between that and the rose over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bright. I'm trying. I can't think of there's nothing in here we can show you.
I really like this though, because even the lock on it is shaped like a heart.
Oh.
Do you have people over there who can help me with my?
You're such a softie. You
No,
have
it's
everything
not
hearts
me.
and
Look at
roses. Oh,
I have
see,
two
You
daughters.
didn't know that side of him.
I have two daughters.
But what about the different color of roses that people can get? I know people just think it's going to be red, white, or yellow, or maybe pink. But you do a lot more than that.
We do every color.
Every color.
Every single color.
Like blue.
We do blue and we do the rainbows.
They're naturally colored, or like you have to
They're
create.
dyed.
Yeah, you have to create the color.
They're dyed. Like the rainbow roses are dyed. So the thing is, I don't like it, to be honest, because they don't last as long because they're
because they
dyed.
have to dye.
The dye influences the
Yeah.
longevity of the actual flower.
In terms of, okay, if you receive a really nice bouquet, it's the day after Valentine's Day, and you
Decide.
decide, and you really genuinely really love this, and you want to keep it for as long as possible. What can I do to make sure that it stays as long as possible?
Previously, we used to add additives to our flowers for it to last a little bit longer. Obviously, because we've gone green, we stopped that. One of the tricks of making the flowers last a little bit longer is adding some sugar into it.
Oh, sugar.
So sugar is what is going to be our preservative of the moment. So It's no longer going to be fake, artificial powders or anything. It's actually going to be sugar.
Oh.
And you would think that it would attract insects and ants and everything. They don't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Okay,
And then one of the other highlights that we're actually enforcing when we are finally at our new location is that for everybody that has bought a flower arrangement from us and they have the vase, their first floral arrangement is going to be free. So normally everybody's trying to hustle for the discounts and everything. If you bought flower arrangements from us previously, you're going to get free flowers on Valentine's Day.
If you have the vase.
If you have the vase, of course. And I know my vases, so.
And you can go back and check in your records if anything was delivered to them.
I know my vases and I know my customers and my customers know me. So, but that's one of the highlights and that's one of the promotions that we're actually doing.
Wow.
And it's enforcing.
But can be clear, they're not going to get something like this. They're going to get something.
No, they will get something that they want.
Oh.
They want. The reason why we're doing it for February is because February is actually our anniversary month. Other than that, we're enforcing reusing. Reusing, recycling, all the R's. So we want people to use the same vases that they have just to make sure that, you know, they still get a very nice flower arrangement. So big announcement, everybody that has a vase that came from Blooms by Confetti can just bring it over and then they're going to get the arrangement.
So if I have multiple vases, I'll get multiple...
I said the first one. I was very clear that the first arrangement is going to be free. I was very clear that the first arrangement is the one that's going to be free. And then afterwards, we're going to start dealing with like a whole system that, you know, you bring back your vase.
You return it,
you get discounts. And then you get points. And then the point system is going to go redeemable for more flowers and all that. So,
Jaime, how expensive is it? Because, you know, people look at these flowers here and they just think, whoa, out of my budget. What's the range that you can work with that you'll give a Confetti branded product that can be a bit better on most people's pockets?
do you want me to be honest or do you want me to lie?
I want you to tell me the truth. That's what we expect when you're on that couch.
It depends on the arrangement.
Yeah.
If it's an arrangement that doesn't need much design,
Okay.
it starts at $50. I think $50 is affordable.
Yes.
If you're trying to impress somebody, $50 is
Yeah.
acceptable. But if,
You want oohs
like
and
I
ahs
said,
and
like
wows.
I said, the post that I posted on Instagram, if they give you this arrangement, it means that they are madly in love with you.
Yeah.
That one is like $400.
Yeah.
But it comes like with a deluxe vase, and it has 3.5 dozen roses.
Wow.
So conventionally, people sell roses at $10 per rose.
Yeah.
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 We don't sell a rose at $10.
What do you sell them for?
$6.
Oh wow! Because I was wondering, $3.5 for a $400. That's the math wasn't so clear.
Yeah, but the deluxe vase that you would be getting on that is like super deluxe.
Wow.
And I think that's the element that we're trying to promote, that it's not only the flower, it's the vase, it's, you know, it's a package.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you flowers in something that's not going to look appealing.
So when you put, you don't put your arrangement beside the one from Confetti, beside someone else's, you can definitely look at it and say, man.
No, you know a Confetti arrangement. You always do, yeah.
You can see.
Yeah.
Visit our Instagram page and then you'll see the difference. You'll definitely see the difference.
And that's what it is. I think it's the creativity that goes into it. And I want to ask, you know, how much of it is recreating what people bring in and how much of it is just kind of being inspired in the moment itself?
I have an issue when a customer says, I want this arrangement. one of the things that Confetti prides itself on is that we don't copy people's work. So if somebody comes and tell me, I want this arrangement, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell them, it's going to be serving as an inspiration for me to create an arrangement. But I am not going to replicate somebody else's work.
Yeah. So when they bring their Pinterest photo, they'll get something like it, but with your own flair.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's subject to availability of the flowers, the color of the flowers, the type of foliage and all of that. But I'm not going to replicate somebody else's work because that's not me.
What's the most expensive flower that you have?
The most expensive flower, well, hydrangeas are very expensive. White hydrangeas are very, very expensive.
Which one is that? Hydrangeas.
I don't
We
have
don't have
it here.
it here. No.
That's only on order basis.
Okay.
So, but those are pretty expensive. Orchids are super expensive.
When you're doing an arrangement, from an arrangement perspective, from an artist perspective, what is the emotion that you want the person receiving it to have? What's that energy that you're putting into the arrangement that you hope that when this person sees it?
My inspiration comes from the type of flowers that I have available and the message that comes in the card. Because you could see some kind of cards and some kind of messages that come.
Yeah.
So based on that, if it's the most profound love that they're professing there,
you know it's got to be.
that flower arrangement has to be impactful.
Yeah.
If it's a sympathy, it's different. Yeah. If it's something
if it just
I get
says to you from me, then
That's nice.
So like I said,
Kevin is thinking out his words now.
It's very flower, and that is why I love flowers, because flowers is actually an art, like you said earlier, and I get inspired, one, from the message, and obviously the availability of the flowers that I have on stand.
Okay.
What if somebody likes a little bit more rustic? How do you incorporate a bit of that more rustic? Because these are very elegant, extremely elegant, you know. How do you incorporate something for somebody who likes a little bit of rusticness in it?
There's one of this, it's actually a branch. It's called Curly Willow.
Curly Willow.
That's what you see in all the weddings on Pinterest. All these branches.
It's like a whimsical
whimsy branches. So we have those. So it would incorporate that. It would incorporate a lot of leaves. It wouldn't incorporate a lot of flowers.
You can, and I was going to say, you can do green arrangements with no flowers.
And it would incorporate more like dainty flowers. It wouldn't include a rose.
And there's some really pretty like wildflower arrangements, like just what you use as foliage too. So how early should somebody order their flowers from you? Do you have a cutoff time?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
So
if I call that midday on
every year that we've done the flowers, we had cutoff times, and it was like we were offering like discounts for like pre-orders.
Early birds,
Based on how our floral arrangements are now, it's not that I'm not willing to give a discount. I will give a discount if they're a regular customer, of course. But it's they can order at any time.
Yeah.
Even on Valentine's Day.
At midday.
Midday. Well, last year we had the cruise ship, and they called at 8 o'clock, and they wanted 48 arrangements of the same type.
Wow.
With the same vase, with the same flowers, and thankfully we had it.
Yeah.
So
what used to happen before, and I know why people do pre-orders, is because they have to bring in a certain set amount of flowers to make sure they can meet the demand. But you're prepared for whoever and whatever they want.
All our flowers are actually refrigerated.
Yeah.
A lot of people would put flowers like in the AC. Our ones go in refrigerators. So we have refrigerators. We have fridge refrigerators as well.
Yeah.
So all our flowers are very well preserved. And like I said, we've switched from the preservative to sugar because that's going to give it a longer shelf life, for lack of a better word. So,
all right. Well, I look forward to see what you're going to create this Valentine's Day with the inspiration. I love it now because I'm going to try to figure out what the card is saying when I see the photograph of the pictures that you post. Of course, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, and people can get some inspiration from stuff that you've done before.
yeah. One of the things that we also deal with is the whole bridal flowers. We just did a wedding at the, I think it was the first wedding at the Coxcomb Basin Reserve on the mountain. So we had to hike. And actually, well, they brought their own photographers and everything. So the pictures are going to start popping up tomorrow. Well, actually today, I think. But it's different.
Yeah.
Because like all the bridesmaids were either in blue or black. And the flowers are all sunflowers, oranges, yellows.
Oh,
and
so
everything.
bright colors.
So bright
Nice.
colors. So,
Well, we can't forget the explosion of roses at the Biltmore last year for Yes Do I Do wedding. I mean, it was just beautiful. And I think that we have definitely seen how your work stands out. And I'm pretty sure everybody's trying to get in those orders as of today. Kevin is trying to think out the card and
Yeah, I'm figuring this out.
and whether it'll be a 12-day, every hour on the hour. I don't know. It seems to be, his mind seems to be
as long as
turning.
it's a feasible delivery address, you know, like you can give me an address that, all right, I could make sure that I get
It's not
there.
like Moscow.
Yeah, I could guarantee it. But if you give me an address where I can go, like, okay,
Yeah.
it's not going to be on the hour every hour.
You might have to stay there all day and take
Yeah.
it every hour.
So,
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing just a sample, a small sample of what you have available. And, you know, once again, if anybody wants to contact you, what's the number that they call?
223-2000.
223-2000. Thanks, Jaime.
Easy as that.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we're keeping with the Valentine's Day theme with our conversation with Jenny. So stay tuned.